There it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with week one. We know there's 16 more of these to come, and we're excited. We're still excited because we got a rival coming in, an NFC East rival coming in. We talked to him before the season started, and I think you will, just like you and myself are very interested to see if how he feels after week one. Got to shout out the Giants fan, Mr. Corey Stevens. What up, Corey?
What's up, guys? How you doing tonight?
Oh, doing well. Doing well. Glad you can join us.
Glad you guys are doing well. It's been a rough week over here.
Both of us. It's bad.
So, man,
I think you were expecting yours a little bit more than I was, probably.
Potentially. Potentially.
But let's talk to us, man. I'm not going to harp on this. 28-6. You lost to Minnesota. Like you said, we all expected something different. We didn't expect that. So, what are your thoughts, man, after that?
It's rough. That was supposed to be a winnable game, and it was not a competitive game at all. So that is either really bad. Maybe Minnesota's great. I don't know, but it was tough. We weren't in the game for very long, in my opinion, and it was just there was a little bit of life in the middle of third quarter, and then Daniel Jones threw a pick six, so that kind of took away all the life that we had. I mean, it was a great play by Van Ginkel. Like, I'm not gonna but it was like a quick wide receiver screen, and the defensive end just caught it and just ran it in. So it was like it was a pretty impressive play, but also like when you look at the replay, it looks pretty obvious that he's kind of right there. So I'm like, maybe I don't know. Maybe you don't throw. It probably is a lot faster than I'm giving it credit for. So I mean, it is what it is. But the offense was not impressive, which probably to be expected. I am trying to remind myself that Jones is coming off of an ACL, and like it isn't going to it's something that think people keep forgetting. Now I don't know if it's an excuse, but at least I'm hoping it is. And then defensively, they were just like, it's a new system, new defensive coordinator, so I didn't really know, what type of scheme they were going to run. But coming from Wink Martindale, where it's just like send the house pretty much like every other play, so we were like rushing 4 and dropping 7, and we're just like not any good. So like it was just, I think the chaos of Martindale helped mask how bad we might have been at times, and like made up for some of those kind of differences. But like defense was super unimpressive. Yes, this weekend. So that's probably the most concerning part.
Yeah, your expensive new free agent signing. Did he have any like impactful plays?
So I think he had 4 tackles. None were for a loss. One was a really nice hustle play that like stood out to me, that he made a tackle like 8 yards downfield on the other side of the field, from where he lined up. Like all right, he's like engaged in the game type of thing. Yeah. But I was really unimpressed. Like felt like I still didn't know who. Like it didn't feel like I'd heard his name get called ever, and he wasn't out there. Since then, I've been listening to the talk radio, whatever. I heard Phil Simms actually was talking about it this morning on the radio, and he said that that Burns was actually pretty disruptive and was just kind of like almost getting there, but then the ball was coming out type of situation. Which maybe I didn't watch the film, so maybe I just didn't pick up on it, but like to not have any sort of flash play from him was just like deflating a little bit, I think. And they double teamed Dexter Lawrence the whole game, and it didn't make Thibodeaux and Burns got no sacks. Thibodeaux actually was the worst. This is probably the most concerning, worst graded defender on the team for the week was Thibodeaux. According to PFF.
Don't worry, he's got his get right game. Washington,
I know.
He's
get right. He does.
I hope so, because he just noticeably even worse. Like Burns just like didn't stand out.
Yeah,
but didn't you didn't notice him. Like you noticed Thibodeaux was no good. Like it was, which is not a good sign. So I don't know what's going on there. But if the defensive line isn't going to be good, that's what you invested in. Like scary.
Right. But so yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, you were going into the season, you're like, I'm really excited to see what we have in Brian Burns and to match him up alongside. Like I'm excited to see what this new defensive line does.
Yeah.
But everyone has eyes on the offense. Everybody has eyes on Daniel Jones. So what happened out there? It's year 3, Corey. It's the 3rd year with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's only the 3rd year with Daniel Jones. 4 of the offensive linemen are new this year or were rookies last year. That's new.
Okay.
So I think that was definitely a part of it. Like I thought the line looked really good preseason, but we talked about it then. Like I know this isn't real, so is it? What's it going to translate to? And it wasn't as good. And then Jones, I think, obviously has his issues, and so I think the injury or being not having a lot of reps, I think matters.
Okay.
I don't know that changes a whole lot. But you guys mentioned Neighbors looked good. Neighbors was solid. We need to throw him the ball more and let him just go up and I would just try to catch it, and who cares?
He's going to get a number of targets this week.
I would expect so if we could get the ball off. But yeah, I would expect him to. But none of the other Wan'Dale Robinson was okay. He caught a lot of underneath balls. He probably had 6 or 7 catches for 50 yards. But Jalen Hyatt was the worst graded offensive player, which is extremely disappointing because I needed him to take a step forward. A lot of the rookies didn't grade super well, which, okay, so what? It's their first game. But the offensive line was not very good. I think they'll get better. They're supposed to be better. So I'm hoping it was just kind of like a preseason type game situation. They haven't played enough together in real live reps against a real live scheme. And I think maybe Minnesota's a little bit better than people maybe thought. I think they're established anyways, right? The people aren't high on Minnesota because of Sam Darnold, but the rest of the Minnesota people are high on, and they showed it. And Darnold was extremely competent. He looked like a veteran quarterback should look like. 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, got the ball out on time, hit the right people. It looked competent, none of us have seen in a long time at the quarterback position.
Right.
Which is even
wow.
And it's freaking Sam Darnold. I'm going into the game going, it's Sam Darnold. There's no way we can lose this game. It's Sam Darnold. And he had 5 incompletions the whole day. It picked us apart.
I was gonna say there was a guy in my neighborhood who was talking about he's a Vikings fan, which I was like, who's a Vikings fan in South Carolina? That's not a thing. But I said, I'm intrigued to see what Sam Darnold does because Kevin O'Connell went and got him. And I can say this, Kevin O'Connell made Dwayne Haskins look pretty darn decent in his rookie year in Washington. So you're saying, you're right to say everyone's thinking it's Sam Darnold, but we're forgetting O'Connell's a good offensive mind. And I think he was looking for someone he's kind of like that. He wants that Kirk Cousins from Mike Shanahan or Kyle Shanahan. He's I just want someone to take care of the ball and go where it's supposed to. That's what I'm looking for out here, And it seems like in week 1, when no one has film right now, he got that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And Aaron Jones is a solid running back. I don't know much about their offensive line, but they ran the ball pretty effectively. They opened up some holes. So I'm assuming that they're probably at least a better half of the league offensive line because they have been established for a couple of years to protect Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On defense, the Van Ginkel guy's good. He's a game disruptor, and he's I loved him on Hard Knocks with the Dolphins, and then he got hurt last year, right? So he was good. He impacted the game the whole time. He was one of the most noticeable people. So
it's just the name Van Ginkel.
Yeah. He looks like a Van Ginkel too, with the hair and everything. It's perfect.
Oh, yeah.
It fits him very well. But so I don't know. I'm hoping that it's a preseason and there's time to improve, and the Vikings are better than people thought, and couldn't have asked for a better time to face the Washington Commanders. So it's a great time.
We know Daniel. We know Daniel Jones' record against us. 5-1
Well,
and
so
1.
he better feel good, but he got booed. He got booed on the third play of the game.
Jeez.
Oh,
Like he's dealing. Which
Yeah.
sucks because
It
like
does.
I don't understand. Like you want the guy to be good and you just kill him in the first. Like I mean, it's just you give him no hope. So
Right.
I don't know. Hopefully that'll change, which it won't. The talk radio is the weirdest part of the talk radio is everybody wants Tommy DeVito to start. Like we're like Drew Lock doesn't even exist.
Heard
Like
that.
skip right over Drew Lock. Like I just want Tommy Cutlets. Like that's what they want, and I'm just like, oh my god, like he can't
Now, look.
possibly be the best option, can he?
Right.
Like,
We're doing this again.
Yeah, it's week
Now,
one,
look,
and we're already talking about freaking the third string, not even the second string quarterback that was active, the third string quarterback on the practice squad.
bypass.
Right.
Look,
Can't make it up.
I'm not trying to pile on, but
Oh, pile on.
how much do y'all miss Saquon, especially after we saw what he did in Philly, and that
You know
kills
what?
us. as a
Ask me
business.
what Saquon's stat line would have been if he played for the Giants this week. Because I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it wouldn't have been 100 plus yards with 3 touchdowns. I'm getting 100% guarantee you that. I heard someone talking about it with the Jets and Brees Hall, and I've always felt this way about Saquon. Saquon is a home run hitter. He's not a move the chains running back. Like he doesn't just stick his nose in or foot in the ground and get 4 yards and just accept that. Like it's never his thing. So he fits perfectly for the Eagles because he's getting the ball in 2nd and 1 situations where he can freaking do like he has more freedom and more space in that offense where they're not just like it's not a traditional hand the ball off type of offense. He never fit what we want as an identity. Like I don't. So it's like hard to say because I mean he's been like he didn't do that for us last year one time. He didn't one game like that. So I just don't.
Yeah.
It says more about what the Eagles do, I think, than it does
Probably.
about Saquon.
Absolutely.
Right.
I miss him, I guess. I want to win. I miss winning. I don't care about the name on the back. Like I want to.
Yes.
I want to win. So I don't know.
Because he's not like the typical Giants running back when you got in the Super Bowl where you had
Right.
like the Brandon Jacobs or Otis Anderson or Hampton, like those guys that are going north and south downhill all the time.
Move the ball and control the game. Yeah, we didn't have that. So, and I'm very concerned. He is going to put up a lot of points on us when he comes back to town. It is going to be a beat down, in my opinion. So,
Yeah, we're not looking forward to him either.
no.
No.
But how did you guys come out of this game injury wise? Did you?
The only thing I saw is Darius Slayton in concussion protocol.
Saw that.
And then like a couple of depth DBs, linebackers with some things, but too early to tell. I didn't hear of anything made. Like I don't remember hearing like, so and so is going to be out. There was nobody got carted off this week. None of those types of things. So I think we made it out pretty good.
Right.
The game was over. The fourth quarter was basically like it was basically another preseason game. Once Daniel Jones threw the pick six, it was 28-6 with 4 minutes to go in the fourth. The game is over. So I think it was ready, or probably made a lot of business decisions after that.
Right. Well, again, you get Washington this week.
Right.
That's right.
So we are equally as well. We're struggling as well. We did put up some late points, yes, but we're still struggling.